So, Justice League vs. the Fatal Five. It's an interesting movie. It's the first piece of DCAU content since
the movie that shall not be named despite the fact that it's being shown on screen right now.
And according to the people that watched and worked on the movie, the story is about mental health. While they are absolutely right in that the movie is about mental health, the characters with mental health problems in the film are not exactly handled the best. Which is really surprising considering the DCAU is really good when it comes to handling mental health. But if you haven't seen Justice League vs. the Fatal Five yet, you'll probably want to do that before you watch this video. It's definitely worth the watch, and it's definitely a good movie, but what I'm going to talk about here are things in the film that should have and could have been handled so much better. Mainly the portrayal of Jessica Cruz. Now, I must first say, I actually really love the character of Jessica Cruz. If you want a better portrayal of her character, I would suggest Green Lantern's Rebirth by Jeff Johns. But without further ado, let's jump into the movie. In the film, Jessica Cruz is a Green Lantern. Before receiving her powers, she was witness to the murder of two of her friends and was almost murdered herself. This, understandably, gives her PTSD and anxiety. This is a really cool concept for a character. A Green Lantern is powered by will, but someone with anxiety and PTSD is gonna have a hard time controlling their will. Now, Jessica's PTSD and anxiety are shown via her having nightmares, breathing problems, panic attacks, and Jessica's own description of how she feels. She goes to therapy, which I'm really happy that we get to see that in a superhero movie. We learn that she's been dealing with this for 3 years, and she's sick and tired of trying and just wants to take pills. It's clear that Jessica wants to get better, she's just sick and tired of trying. She's been chosen as a Green Lantern, but she doesn't really know why, and she's not even really sure if the ring will work for her. All of this is written extremely well, until Jessica is met by Wonder Woman in what is undoubtedly the worst scene in the movie. Wonder Woman visits Jessica because she wants Jessica to join the Justice League. Jessica, understandably, is unsure if she wants to do this because of her mental stability. In response, Wonder Woman literally attacks her to show Jessica how capable she is as a Green Lantern. This scene is awful for 3 reasons. Number 1, much like the Rocket slapping Thor situation, this is literally the worst thing you could do to a person with PTSD or anxiety. In all honesty, Jessica should have had a panic attack, if not a heart attack. Number 2, it makes Wonder Woman look like a terrible person. She just attacked somebody with mental disorders. I don't think that's gonna go over well with the audience. And number 3, Wonder Woman does it while Jessica is in her civilian clothes. She just blew Jessica's secret identity. From this moment forward, the writers seem to forget what mental disorders are. In all the action scenes she is in, she doesn't show a hint of anxiety. There's even one scene where she is outnumbered and losing a battle, and the superhero Starboy provides a distraction and tells her to run.
Run!
If she really had anxiety and PTSD, she would probably do this. But instead, she attacks the villains that will most likely end up killing her. This would be fine, but she hasn't overcome her anxiety and PTSD. There's been no indication that this has happened. I understand where the writers are coming from, in that Jessica is given a chance to fight back, and that's what's helping her overcome her anxiety. But this isn't clear to the audience. I had to infer that myself to make sense of her character. A way to avoid this would be a quick line of dialogue from her saying, "I finally have a chance to fight back," but the writers don't do that. So we're left to assume as an audience, the movie was lying to us that she had mental disorders that can be triggered by violence and stress. She's also proficient with her ring, which goes against what she said before, where she's not even sure if the ring will work for her.
This thing probably won't even work for me.
She's making constructs, she's flying. So again, it seems like her anxiety and PTSD doesn't affect her, because as has been established, a Green Lantern ring requires somebody with strong will to utilize. The only thing that reminds us that she has mental disorders is Jessica herself saying she has difficulty even going out the front door.
It's still a struggle just to get out of bed.
It's a fight just to get out of my apartment.
Most days, I'm scared to put this ring on, scared to get out of bed.
While there is one scene near the end of the movie where the Fatal Five are ransoming Metropolis in exchange for Jessica, and Jessica blows up at Starboy because she doesn't know what to do, she just kind of gets over having anxiety and PTSD. In summary, they had 2 routes that they could take. There's the route of her anxiety crippling her abilities as a superhero. This could be shown via her not being able to make constructs, which would make the end fight, where she summons many constructs, all that much more triumphant. Or or the route of her being a superhero, which gives her a chance to fight back and is therapeutic in its own right. But either way, I think the movie should have ended with her still going to therapy. Going to therapy is not something to be ashamed of. Mental disorders are things that last with people for their entire lives. People don't just get over them, and it would show that Jessica is still willing to try. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the writers were able to choose which of those routes to take. And it's unfortunate because only a few small changes could have made this good movie into a great one.